Hi everyone, good to be here. I'm Sirli Heinsoo from the Ministry of Economic Affairs. So before we go and dig deep to real-time economy, what we are doing in the Ministry in Digital Economy Department, we are at one point dealing with real-time economy where we stand for business data standardization, but at the other part, we are also standing for e-services, better e-services and personalized services for the businesses. So today also, I will tell you more about what is real-time economy, how it will enable automated and data-driven reporting, but also what or how we can give back to our businesses from the public sector side. But first, let's see how we are actually already doing. We are doing quite great in Estonia, I believe so. I'm very glad to see that our people or citizens are quite innovative. They are eager to use new technologies. It is shown that 98% of our companies are established online. More than 95% of tax declarations are filed online. So we like to be digital, but every 10th person in Estonia is a business owner. But unfortunately, the numbers have not gone so high in the business sector. So we are in the middle in the EU average of integration of digital technologies in private sector. And although we have all the good technologies to do data-driven reporting, at least in VAT and income and social tax declaration, only 5% are filed machine to machine. Artificial intelligence is used, the usage is quite low, but surprise, surprise, our people, Estonians, use it in a quite high rate. So let's talk about digitalization first. I would say there's no point in digitalizing chaos. So this goes for both in private and public sector. Because taking the use of digital technologies is not really enough. They are useless if we do not know why we are using them, how we are using them, how they are achieving or how they are helping us to achieve our productivity growth. So digitalization shouldn't be there just the sake of it. It should move us forward. We should start making data-driven decisions with the use of digital technologies. But we cannot make any data-driven decision if we don't have the good and quality data. So with this step, I'm kind of jumping into what is also real-time economy. I will explain it a little bit later on, but at first. In real-time economy also, data is number one thing, quality data. And it should be generated always in the very beginning. So if we're talking about the value chain of data, then the data should be created in a quality way already in production. Let's say we are producing some elements, then in the very near future, they will start having a digital product passport. This data should really we should be able to bring it over to different e-orders, different logistic documents, different invoices, receipts, and not only inside one company. One company can be digitalized, but the real value comes when the digitalization and the data standardization is between different parties. So that the data standardization in different documents must be across business sectors and across documents. In this way, we can start really data sharing in an automated way. And based on that, we can have some extra value, which will bring us data-driven business decisions. This extra value can either come from public or private sector, and this will also ease us the reporting ease us in the reporting to the state. So, what is real-time economy? This is an environment where, as already mentioned, all the data is standardized, at least most of them, and we are using the data for our own business growth. So businesses can make value for the company and increase their productivity, and they don't have to think about administrative processes or deal with them. Today, approximately 50% of our business's time actually goes to administrative processes, so this should be decreased a lot. In real-time economy, we want to highlight that the data is not a byproduct of business. This is an asset because the value of data increases with its better use. And all the business data really belongs to the entrepreneurs. In real-time economy, it really stands out because we can see who uses our data, why they use our data, so it's much more trustworthy and more controlled from ourselves. In real-time economy, as I mentioned, there are documents starting from invoices, e-way bills, logistic documents, orders, all that. But from the public sector side, we can really focus on the reporting part. So how real-time economy enables data-driven reporting at first, of course, we must standardize the data in the core. So in Estonia, we have over 420 reports where there are approximately 60,000 data fields. These are mandatory reports, of course, not for all the businesses, but it's altogether over 400. And during our work with other agencies, we have analyzed that it is possible to decrease this amount of data gathering up to 90%. So, for example, we have 70, by the end of this year, we will standardize 70 reports that have 3,000 data fields. And after the standardization process, we will have only 81 data fields, meaning 97% less. This is something that we do in Estonia differently than other countries, maybe. Other countries focus on more financial data, but we are actually focusing on financial and environmental data. And we are doing it with over 20 authorities involved. The key is principle of minimality, meaning that with every standardization process, we are first evaluating whether we use the data or maybe it's outdated, and we should not ask this data anymore from our businesses. And then the next step is to standardize different data elements between agencies that are collecting very similar data. And this will bring us to cross-agency standardized taxonomy that we are building all together. And eventually it will help us boost the once-only principle so that companies really can submit the data only once to the public sector. In standardized business reporting, we are not talking about reports anymore. So we are talking about data submission. And in the future, for example, tax authority will put together the social and income tax declaration based on the data that the businesses have given to them. So this is not a burden for the business anymore. And the data is, of course, moving from the ERP system to the state machine-to-machine way, and it's trustworthy and controllable. And as I mentioned, we are not focusing on financial reports. We are also focusing on environmental reports, statistics questionnaires, And this will really give us the chance to be ready for the ESG reporting, because the data fields there or the standards are not yet 100% sure. So if we have the database or the base of the data or the core of the data standardized, then we can really achieve better results quicker, be more efficient in ESG reporting as well if we have better data in our systems. We are not doing this because we think it's good. Thing is that at least in Estonia, we have analyzed that only 3 biggest reports, annual reports, VAT reports, and social tax and income reports, if we standardize the data and if we start using this kind of reporting in a standardized way, then we can save approximately 132 million euros for our businesses every year. So the main question that I'm asking quite daily, it's very good to do easy reporting to public sector, but for businesses, it's not really the purpose. The purpose is to get extra value-added services back, or what do I have from the fact that I'm giving you my data. So could the reporting to the state also be beneficial for the entrepreneur? Yes, it should, and I hope it will be even more in the future. So the first steps, some examples. So we have our self-government portal, government self-service portal, eesti.ee, and we are now gathering different services into that portal. There might be different services in different authorities, but the value there is that we are giving these services in a very personalized way. So in this slide, you can see an example of support measures given for the businesses. Currently, they are not actually standardized. They are just brought into one window. You can see all the support measures that the country is really given to the businesses, and you can choose one. But in the very near future, after we personalize the services based on better quality data that businesses are sending to us over reporting, we can start giving out personalized support measures. So we will show you the support measures that are made for you or that are applicable for you. So these are kind of personalized services that we are really working towards too. And the last thing I would like to bring out is something new. We are building an AI system-based prognosis model together with Statistics Estonia. This is based on annual reports and VAT declarations, monthly VAT declarations. We call it Business Viability Index and Tool. The data or the results are only seen for the businesses. And so what happens? If I'm a business owner, I will log into my eesti.ee profile, and I will see, based on my data that I have submitted to the public sector, how am I doing currently, and what is the prognosis for me for the next year if I continue to do business as I have done it, let's say, for the last 1 to 3 years. So this is a very good tool for our small and medium-sized enterprises, because they don't really have the resources to buy in the financial consultancy, and very often they are in a question like, I don't know how am I doing, I'm just doing somehow. So this tool can really help them in the future to be more productive. Thank you. And with the last slide, I would like to also call everyone to our real-time economic conference that happens in 4th of December this year.
very much, Sirli, for your speech. And I remind to our audience that you have chance to ask questions during all day at the workshop platform, Delta Trends Day 2024. Sirli, the picture that you describe now about one holy portal about different services seems to be a nice future. If I ask you about a timeline to have this portal ready for use for the companies, what are your expectations on that?
Mm-hmm. So I would say go and start using it, because already today this portal is live. There are at least 5 great services already brought to our businesses. You can, for example, in a centralized way, you can give out different permits for different people who are representing you in different processes, let's say in communicating with the state. And there are different other services already. So go and check out. But by the end of 2025, we will have 10 different services live. And after that, we will start making them better, as always, and see what else is there to bring out to our businesses.
Thank you. I have another question related to maybe my specialty, accounting. Namely, accountants are called as organizing data, making out of data some meaningful information and providing it for decision making. So this role in the future, how you would describe it from the current stage and the future? What role is in accounting and finance specialists, in your view, more increasing, or what is their work task actually?
Mm-hmm. I'm viewing it as our accountants or financial personnel will not work with historic data meaning we are not doing annual reports in June for the last year, because this is time consuming and it doesn't really give us very much information. So I think our financial personnel is going to start being experts for the future prognosis. They are definitely using the data that they already have. They are using different, let's say, AI technologies that help them prognose better. But the decision making and the consultancy comes from the experts. You always have to evaluate whether the technology is actually giving you the right answers. So they are going to be the right hand of our CEOs, I think.
Mm-hmm. So if I would like to summarize the digitalization process for a single company, then would you agree with my statement that accounting and finance personnel are very important in organizing and systematizing all the kind of information, not just financial one, also non-financial information? And these people are a key persons actually, how to make order from chaos of the data that the company might have now. Mm-hmm. Would you agree?
Yes, of course. They are the key person in the future, and they are more key persons if they know how to read the ESG data, or you know how to measure the sustainability, for example, and put it together with the financial part. So yeah, sure. But it all comes down to the people themselves. Do they want to learn from this point on? And do they want to be innovative and develop themselves?
So accounting, as we used to know, is a rather traditional and conservative area. This means that we should innovate quite heavily in this area as well. So there is no way out if you want to be more productive and be more useful.
Exactly. Productiveness comes from effectiveness, and we already are lacking people in the workforce. So effectiveness really comes from processes, optimization, automation, and we need good people to do that or to control the processes.
Thank you. And now we have a comment and question on the WorkSap platform. It seems it's working. Thank you for your quick overview, but please describe opportunities for entrepreneurs to co-work with our Ministry of Communications and Economic Affairs. And how, if entrepreneurs have ideas or case studies, this could be possible?
Yeah, sure. We are today already a few years, at least in the real-time economy field, doing a lot of cooperation with our businesses, starting from trainings, what is real-time economy, what are the parts of it, how they can use it better, going on to how to develop the systems in their ERPs, meaning that we are also giving out support measures from for different solutions of real-time economy. Every year we have the conference that I already mentioned. Many businesses come there, and great ideas come from there as well. And yeah, I think different webinars, seminars. We are also having different meetings with different private sector associations. So the cooperation is very, very active already. But if someone now feels left out, then just write us an email and we will add you to our list of contact points, and you will get all information and also can give your ideas to us in that way.
And I can see that there is another question. We have still some time. So you mentioned that businesses can see how they are doing. How will it be measured and compared to other companies more specifically?
Yes, it is compared to others. And this is actually the key point there, that with this AI system, Statistics Estonia is doing it, so I'm not very good at this technical part. But anyway, one business owner or one business is compared with similar size, similar revenue, similar or the same sector. We are not comparing any businesses from different sectors. And I always give this example of tourism sector, that if you have a company in a countryside or in a small city, is a tourism company, then they are not compared with the big ones, because this is not comparable. At least in the big ones in the big city, because the tourism numbers already are different, the population is different. So they are compared. It's much more quality. You can trust this, but always make your own decisions based on the data that you have from the technology. So do not trust this decision making to the technology. You are the one who are making decisions based on the prognosis that you are given to.
This remark I like really much, that humans are still in charge, and we are deciding what to do and what to do not. Thank you very much once again, Sirli, for coming to Tartu and sharing your some ideas and thoughts about real-time economy.
Thank you.